Okay.
You are able to see my screen? ଦେଖାଉଛି ନା
Yes,
screen?
sir.
ଆଚ୍ଛା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଆଜି ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ନୂଆ ଟପିକ ଉପରେ ଡିସ୍କସ କରିବା ୱାର୍କର୍ସ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେସନ ଇନ୍ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ। ୱାର୍କର୍ସ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେସନ ଇନ୍ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ମାନେ ତମେ କ'ଣ ବୁଝ? ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ଟର୍ମ ଶୁଣିଥିବ ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟି ଏନଗେଜମେଣ୍ଟ। ସାଇଡରେ ଗୋଟେ ଚିତ୍ର ଦିଆହେଇଛି। ୱାର୍କର୍ସ କେମିତି ଏମ୍ପାୱାର ହେବେ, ଏନହାନ୍ସ ତାଙ୍କର ସ୍କିଲ୍ ହବ, ଏନେବଲ ହେବେ, ଏନଗେଜ ହେବେ। ତମେ ଯୋଉଠି କାମ କରୁଛ, ତମର ଯଦି କାମଟା ତୁମକୁ ମନକୁ ନଗଲା, if you don't like the work, ତମେ ଏଟା କେବେ ବି ଭଲରେ କରିବନି। You have to like the work. Whatever you are doing, you should be in love with that work. Then only you will do a better job. Your company will do perform better. Workers participation ସେଥିପାଇଁ କ'ଣ କରାଯିବ? ତମେ କେମିତି ଭଲ କାମ କରିବ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ତମର କିଛି ଡ୍ୟୁଟି ଅଛି, ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟର କିଛି ଡ୍ୟୁଟି ଅଛି। ସେଇ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ଆମେ ଚାପ୍ଟରରେ ପଢିବା। ହାଉ ୟୁ ୱିଲ୍ ଇନଭଲ୍ଭ ୱାର୍କର୍ସ ଇନ୍ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ। ମାନେ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କୁ, କାମ ଯେଉଁମାନେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କୁ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟରେ କେମିତି ଇନଭଲ୍ଭ କରାଯିବ, ଇନଭଲ୍ଭ କଲେ କ'ଣ ଫାଇଦା, କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଟେଜି ଅଛି, ତାକୁ କେମିତି ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟରେ ନିଆଯିବ, ସେସବୁ ବିଷୟରେ ଆମେ ପଢିବା। ତମେ ଏଇ ସ୍ଲାଇଡରେ ଖାଲି ମିନିଂ ଅଛି, ୱାର୍କର୍ସ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେସନ ଇନ୍ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଇଜ ୱାନ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଏଲିମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ industrial democracy. Industrial democracy means once the employees are part of your decision making process, your management, that means you are democratic. You are giving equal chance, equal opportunity. It's not that you are deciding everything and they are just like workers. So that brings the industrial democracy. It is a system where employees have to say in the decision making process. Decision of management. Workers' participation is management refers to the participation of the workers in the decision making process of the organization. ଗୋଟେ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନରେ ଯାହା ଯାହା ସବୁ ନିଷ୍ପତ୍ତି ନିଆଯାଉଛି, ଯାହା ଯାହା ମିଟିଂ ହେଉଛି, ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ ନୂଆ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ କରିବ କି କ'ଣ କରିବ, କି ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ୍ରି କୋଉଠି ବସେଇବ କି କ'ଣ କରିବ, ସବୁଥିରେ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରୁଛି, ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟି ମାନଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରୁଛି, ଜଏନ୍ କରୁଛି। then it's a different case. Then it is the democracy they are following. So that is what mentioned in the first paragraph. Workers' participation in management is one important element of industrial democracy. And workers' participation in management refers to the participation of the workers in decision-making process of the organization. ILO, in International Labour Organization, ILO has summarized the main implication of workers' participation in management as workers may have ideas or opinions that can be used. बेले तमें देखिथिबो, there are some people, they will come with good ideas, good opinion. In a small group, in a small family, you must have seen बेले बेले छोटे छोटे पिला माने कि भल भल आइडिया दियंती, भल भल कथा कहती, किंतु आमर गोटे टेंडेंसी कौन, पिलाटा कौन जानथिबो तो कहीं पचारि। If you ask, if you involve them, if you take their opinions, maybe you'll get good opinions, good thoughts, good ideas from junior people. That is the main implication what ILO has defined or summarized. whatever the ILO investigation is. Then the second thing is workers will work more intelligently. Most of the times, the employees, if you give the responsibility, so the work will be done very efficiently, very intelligently most of the time. So if workers are getting more important, more responsible, workers are getting more, if they are getting the ownership of the company, suppose 4 ଜଣ ଲୋକ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଜଣକୁ କୁହାଗଲା ଯେ you are the owner of this task, you can do whatever you want, ତାମାନେ ସେଇ ଯେଉଁ ଲୋକଟା କୁହାଗଲା ଓନର, ସିଏ ତାର ନିଜର ଆଇଡିଆ ସିଏ ସିଏ ଚାହିଁବ କେମିତି କାମଟା ଭଲ ହବ, କେମିତି କାମଟା କମ ସମୟରେ ହବ, କମ କଷ୍ଟରେ ହବ. That is what ILO summarized. Most of the times, workers will work more intelligently whenever you give the ownership responsibility to the worker. And they will come with new ideas, new opinions, new thought. So workers' participation is important for that reason. So most of the times that will help workers and the employers. So that is what we are going to discuss in this chapter, workers' participation in management, how employees are participated in the management. Characteristics of worker participation in management. What are the different characteristics of workers' participation in management? What are the different characteristics? Participation implies practices that increase the scope of employees, share the influence in the decision-making process with the assumption of responsibility. Means whenever you involve the workers, there will be more engagement, more decision-making process, more involvement. Participation presumes willingly acceptance of responsibility by the employees. If you are asking someone to join some work, then that person will feel more responsible, more ownership we will take. ତମକୁ ଗୋଟେ କାମ ଦିଆହେଲା, ତମେ କ'ଣ ତମର ଯିଏ ବସ୍ ଯିଏ ତମର ସୁପେରିୟର ଯିଏ ତମକୁ ଗୋଟେ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସିବିଲିଟି ଦେଲେ, ତମେ କ'ଣ କରିବ, ବହୁତ ଖୁସି ହେଇକି ଯାହା ହଉ ସାର୍ ମତେ କାମରେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି, ମୋ ଉପରେ ତାଙ୍କର ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଅଛି, ତେଣୁ ତମେ ଆହୁରି ମନ ଦେଇକି ଭଲ କାମଟା କରିବ. That is one characteristics. So once you are asked to do something, you will put more responsibility, you will put more sincerity on that one. Workers' participation through their representative in the decision-making process. And you will be deciding most of the things in part of the management. The logic behind the worker participation is that they put their efforts, invest their labor for the organization. Suppose you are giving more work, so you will be that person, the worker will put more effort, more knowledge, more skills to do that work properly. So if everyone is working, you are not participating in the main task or you are not joining in the management. So you will be working normally how you are working, how others are working. But if you are involved in decision making and management, so you will be putting more effort and you will be putting more interest on that work. So that work will be smooth. It can be formal or informal. But both the cases, it is the system of communication. So worker participation is can be formal or informal. So what is formal, informal? Informal participation, various committees and councils came into pictures. That means in big organization, there are different committees. One committee may be for sports, athlete. One committee may be for canteen food. One committee may be for uh, cleaning, housekeeping. So in that committee, you will be a member. Suppose you are a member of the athlete committee. So you will be having voice. What are the different sports? What are the different sports material to purchase in the organization? What kind of tournament will have? So you'll have some say. You'll have some control over that organization, and you will be putting your voice on the management on that area. So that is the formal participation. So formally you will have different committee, different council, and you will be part of that. It could be your food related or safety related or sports related, some department, and you will be part of that committee and talking to the workers will talk to management on that ground. What is informal? Informal participation is whereas the informal participation may be like supervisor counseling. Informal participation is you who are involved in the organization from the outside of the organization. That means the consultant and the bankers, uh, whoever is consulting or working in the organization for the organization from the outside, they are not employee, but they are advising, they are doing something. So that is one kind of participation. Suppose your banker will tell you or guide you what kind of loan required, what kind of investment required in the company. So you will take some help from the banker. So that is the informal participation. So outside. So there are two types of participation, formal and informal. That is also categorized under characteristics of workers' participation. It gives psychological satisfaction. So when a person is asked for various things in the management, so it will be satisfying you psychologically. So you will be happy that your organization is asking you many things. Whenever you are in some high level meeting or with some higher official, so they'll be talking to you, they will be taking your opinion. So you will be representing, let's say, your team or the other workers, what they're talking, what they're discussing about the management. So management and listening from you. So you will be having a different psychological feelings, and psychologically you are very much satisfied because the higher official are asking you on many things. So these are the different characteristics. Don't really understand the objectives of worker participation. What are the objectives? So why we need workers participation? What it will do? avoid exploitation of workers by the management. So if you are part of any higher meeting or discussion, so there will be a chance that you will be, the management is not exploiting, not talking against the workers. The workers will be in the safe side. So that kind of participation will avoid the exploitation of workers. It will help to create a democracy in the organization. So democracy we discussed earlier. So when you are part of the management, so that means you are having a voice, you are having a say for anything. You can raise your voice. So you cannot work silently. So once you raise your voice, so that is giving the democracy. So suppose you are not happy with your environment, with your work, with your work culture. So you can raise and you can tell to the management. So that will give and promote a democracy in the organization. Better understanding between worker management and help to resolve the conflict. So he understood industrial conflict, industrial dispute. So once you have a good relations, once you talk to the management, so it will reduce the dispute, the conflict between the employer and employee. So that will be having one main objective. So this participation can promote to reduce the conflict between the owners and workers. It will give an opportunity to the employee for self-expression, which will lead to industrial peace. Peace and harmony we studied. So when you have a when the lower level employee are participating then in the management, in the higher level decision making, so automatically the organization will be in a peace. So lot of disturbance will result in that level. So workers are joining or participating with the management. So they'll be discussing their day-to-day issues. They will talking lot of things. So, so most of the things will be resolved in that. So it will give an opportunity to the employees for self-expression, which will lead the industrial peace. It will help to create a good communication system in the organization. So when you are sitting with the top level management, so definitely you will be ready and you will be polished in your communication. You will be talking nice things. So you will be organizing. You cannot talk with your senior manager just like you are talking to your friends. If you are talking to a manager, senior person in the organization, then you should know what to talk, how to talk, what to start. So everything you will prepare, then you will talk. So that will enhance your communication. It's not the worker side, it will be from everyone's side. If the management is talking to the owner, to the workers, then management also very careful what to talk, what not to talk. So it will give a good communication system in the organization. It will help to create a good communication system. It will reduce the resistance and help workers to accept the change. For growth and development of the organization, it is mandatory for the organization to welcome the change. This is one thing. Change is inevitable. You know this. You cannot deny or you cannot escape from change. Whenever there is a change, so you have to accept it positively. And if there is a change, that means it is for a good reason. So you have to accept that change and move ahead. That is what, if you are not positive, if you are not accepting the change, then you cannot grow along with the organization. So every organization is ready to accept a change. Yesterday I was giving the example of Nokia. And there are many companies, they closed. They they stopped their operation, their production, because they are not ready to accept the change. Things are changing every day. So you should accept what exactly the customer wants, what exactly the world wants. So based on that, you have to change and tune your production, your factory outcome. So that was the thing I was discussing yesterday. These are the main objectives of worker participation. So we studied the meaning, characteristics, and objective. We'll also study some strategy and how we'll make sure the workers are participating in the organization. We'll take a quick break now, and then we'll discuss the strategy and objective of workers' participation in management. Main thing, we'll understand the strategy. How we'll make sure the workers are participated in the organization. We'll meet after 5 minutes. After the break, we'll take quick break, maybe 5 minutes, and we'll join the same link. Thank you.
Thank you.